What's up, fans? If you can tell by the title, we are breaking down the depth chart. Tomorrow will be the picks video. Won't be with my father, unfortunately. He has work, so I haven't been able to get to film with him, but I do have his picks. I will diagnose how the picks work with me and my father in tomorrow's video. Should be out around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time before the game between the Bears and the Packers up in Chicago. But let's jump into this. Let's talk about the depth chart, and there's some changes, there's some things that happen, and let's jump into it. Let's talk about the offensive line. Got Davenport, the new left tackle. How I feel about him, I don't know. It does make me uneasy that he gave up 12 sacks last year, but he is our guy, so we'll see how he does. Davenport, Dieter, Kilgore, and Calhoun, and Davis. Davis was at right tackle. They thought maybe they put him at left tackle. They didn't. He even said that he had the whole saying about wiping your ass with your right hand versus your left and all that stuff, but he's at right tackle. He's staying at right tackle. The backups to them, Isaiah Prince at left tackle and right tackle. So Isaiah Prince is we have 3 tackles. Isaiah Prince is the backup to both. Chris Reed at left guard. Bohm, center. We just picked him up. And Isidore at right guard backup. We just picked him up as well. When we look at the tight ends, Gesicki is the starter, fellas. Gesicki, Smythe, O'Leary, and Chandler Cox is number 4. Chandler Cox did play a lot of snaps in college at tight end, but they also don't have fullback on the depth chart. He is our starting fullback. But he has played tight end, so don't be surprised we see him in some tight end packages, maybe a 3 tight end set. Don't be surprised. But of course, Gesicki starting and O'Leary and Smythe, but you're going to see a lot of these depth charts and who's sitting where, and don't overthink it because there's going to be certain packages for certain people to do certain things in certain areas. So like I said, Gesicki's over Smythe and O'Leary, but don't look too far into that stuff. Also, depth charts can change very easily. Point blank, whatever you want to call it, look at running back. Kenyon Drake, Balaj, Walton, Laird, Gaskins. Thought they'd only keep 4, they kept 5. Technically 6 if you want to call Cox a running back. Drake is 1. Drake is the number 1 on the depth chart. I'm not going to come over here and say I told you so because I didn't. I told you that Drake and Balaj will carry, Drake's not going to get 30, 40 carries a game. Drake isn't the star running back. There is no star running back. Balaj and Drake are going to split carries. It is what it is. I called it. I just didn't like people disrespecting my boy Kenyon Drake. You know who you are. You know who you are. Then we go into wide receiver, starting 3 wide receivers, Devontae Parker, Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant. Preston Williams is backing up Jakeem Grant and Devontae Parker, with Alan Hearns backing up Albert Wilson. Again, this is another scenario where you guys might say, well, Preston Williams should be above Devontae Parker, Preston Williams should be here. It all depends on the type of formation and package they are running at that specific time. So you might see Preston Williams come out and be in a certain formation because they need him to get us the yardage, get us the touchdown, because the specific play is made for him. So again, these depth charts, don't look too far into it because there's, like I said, formations, in, outs, take them in, out. That even happened on the offensive line. So don't look too far into it. And then we got quarterback. Fitz is starting, Rosen is backup. I thought they'd carry 3, but they didn't. Reddick is on practice squad. He cleared waivers, made it to practice squad, which I'm happy about. Offense. The only thing that really scares me is the offensive line. But somebody said that, the more I thought about the Tunsil trade, I looked into more things, and it made sense. Not only, Tunsil was never going to get traded until I threw 2 1s in there. Then the Dolphins were like, all right, now we're listening. What are you saying? But you have a stud left tackle, and the rest of the line is Kaka. You take that one piece, you get more pieces out of it to make the rest of the line not Kaka, decent line. So the more I was looking into it, I was like, all right, I understand where they're coming from because we need so many pieces on the offensive line. To put it all into one position and let the rest of the line struggle just doesn't make sense when we could spread the wealth through the whole line. If that makes sense to you guys, that's the way I was thinking about it the more I thought about it, and I was like, all right, the trade makes a little bit more sense to me. Let's jump into defense, fellas. Defense is a little different now. It's showing a legit 3-4. So, we cut the defensive end that led the team in sacks, but I think they're going to bring him back. I think that he's going to come back after week 1 because then his contract wouldn't be fully guaranteed. But this is what we're running with now. We got John Jenkins, who we just picked up at defensive end, Gottschalk, nose tackle, Christian Wilkins at the other defensive end. So those are going to be your 3 down linemen in the 3-4 defense. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably like, Christian Wilkins at defensive end? That makes no sense. He's not fast. Well, the 3 down, they're not going to be rushing. It's going to be Sam McGuavin and Charles Harris are going to be the ones who are rushing and constantly getting pressure and setting the edge and all that stuff. Avery Moss is the backup to the defensive end, John Jenkins, and then Ledbetter is backup to both Gotchow and Wilkins. So we're running with 3 defensive tackles. Yikes. Yikes. We got some practice squad guys like Hendricks and stuff that we can bring up. God forbid anything happens, and I'm not going to say it. 4 linebackers. Again, we're running 3-4 now. Huge change. I know a lot of guys were like, why are they letting all these people go? Why is this stuff happening? You know, a lot of guys have been down on this team lately, and especially my picks video, where a lot of you guys ripped me apart for picking them to go 6-10, maybe even 8-8. But I said best 6-10. Got ripped apart a lot for that. The Dolphins are doing is past regimes with their inflated contracts and the overpaying and then bringing in people for their regime and their scheme. You got to let them go because they won't fit a 3-4 because we were running a 4-3. 4-3 wide 9 and stuff. They won't fit here. So that's why like Kiko and McDonald were let go or traded. But here are 4 starting linebackers. Got Sam McGuavin, Raekwon McMillan, Jerome Baker, and Charles Harris. We all knew Charles Harris was going to be going to linebacker. I think he's going to have a better year at that outside linebacker / defensive end pass rush scheme. I said it from jump that he's going to be one of my guys that are going to stand out and do better. I also said Gesicki, but I don't know if I'm going to stick with that one and give my stamp of approval on that one. But I will stick with Charles Harris. Sam McGuavin, you guys know this, my boy, Sam McGuavin. He's been killing it, been doing really great. Raekwon McMillan's been injured, but he's not on the injury report today. It's another thing. Follow me on Twitter. I retweeted that. Raekwon McMillan's on an injury report, so what was he injured with? And then you got Jerome Baker, the other guy who's killing it. Their backups is the rookie Ginkle, Beagle, I'm calling him Beagle, Vincent Beagle, who we picked up, Deion Lacey, James Crawford, and then Trent Harris, who we also picked up, is the 3rd string outside linebacker. Corners, Xavier Howard. If you didn't think Xavier Howard was starting, then I don't know what to tell you. Xavier Howard and Eric Rowe are starting 2 corners. Eric Rowe, he did decent. Let's just say that he did pretty decent. Then you got Johnson Bedemazi. I can't say last names. If you guys can't tell, I can't say last names. Jamal Wiltz back up, Ken Webster, and Chris Lamones. I'm very happy Chris Lamones made the team. He was a very good gunner on special teams, did very well, so he made the team. And then our safeties is Rashad Jones and Bobby McCain. We all saw that coming. Mika Fitzpatrick is backing up Rashad Jones with Walt Aikens and Stephen Parker, who we picked up off of waivers. And this is another scenario where, again, don't look too far into the depth. Don't think about it too much. Just it is what it is, because Mika Fitzpatrick is going to be playing slot corner, but they have him as the backup to Rashad Jones. And then also different schemes are going to call for different people to be in different areas on this defense. So when you're looking at the defense, don't look too far into it. Don't look too far into the depth, except for behind like the third stringers and stuff. And especially, it's a lot of movement, a lot of in and out with guys, especially on the defense. And then special teams, I don't think there's much of a surprise at special teams, except for one spot, and I'll get to that in 2 seconds. Jason Sanders is our kicker, Matt Hack is our punter and our holder. Matt Hack needs to have a little bit better year. Jakeem Grant is our kick return and punt return. There's literally no one behind him, but Mark Walton can do it, and Gaskins can probably do it, and all those guys can probably do it. Long snappers, Tabor Pepper, no more John Denny. But I'm hearing that the reason they let John Denny go is because they want more versatility in that position. But still, you should have kept John Denny. You should have kept John Denny. You're killing me. You're killing me. Smalls. So that is the depth chart. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think about the depth chart. Let me know what you guys think about who's playing where and all that stuff. But yeah, be sure to comment below, and I'm going to get to guys' comment of the day. And I said last video that a comment today was going to be a roundabout comment of the day, and I'm sorry that I'm going to have to back out on that promise. Tomorrow's video will be picking one of your guys' comments, so be sure below to put a hashtag comment of the day if you want your comment to be in comment of the day. It doesn't have to be a question, it could just be a comment, but put a hashtag so it's easy for me to scroll through and find, because I read all you guys' comments. But today's comment of the day is just my reaction to not yesterday, I think it was Monday's video, about my schedule prediction. I said 6-10. I said could be 8-8, depending on a swing, depending on injuries, depending on things planning out. But I said 6-10, and I got ripped. I lost credibility on Twitter. too. Not even just below. On Twitter. I lost credibility. I'm an idiot. What am I smoking? With this, and that. All these things. But the funny thing is, before we traded Tunsil, before we traded Kenny Stills, before we cut TJ McDonald, and before we cut Kiko Alonso, just so you know, TJ McDonald didn't do anything all preseason or training camp. Kiko Alonso didn't do anything all preseason, all training camp. Laramie Tunsil, that was a last-minute trade because the Dolphins weren't going to trade him until two ones were up on the table. Kenny Stills, everyone thought Kenny Stills was gone. So 3 players everyone thought was gone, and then Tunsil was a surprise. And again, what is one left tackle going to make a difference? Before all that happened, I had the Dolphins still going 6-10 because the defense made me iffy about their pass rush, which it doesn't anymore after watching them and seeing how they're doing. And I said 6-10, and I got called Negative Nancy. I got called all these things. Now I'm calling 6-10, and now I'm optimist. I'm delusional. I have rose-colored glasses on. What am I smoking? It's just so funny how things can change. How from one little person gets traded, and all of a sudden things completely change. Are the Dolphins going 0-16? No. I will bet you anything that the Dolphins will not go 0-16. Are the Dolphins going 3-13? No. I honestly think that the Dolphins will win 6 games. And I honestly think they'll have a top 5 pick with 6 games win. Will they win 5 games? Yeah. 5-6 games is a possibility, but I honestly think they'll win 6 games. I see like a bunch of games in there, especially, you know, say Carson Wentz gets injured and all of a sudden we're playing the Eagles at home with no Carson Wentz. And all of a sudden the Dolphins could win this game. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of swing games. I honestly see this team as a 6-win team. Next year, after using the cap space and the picks to really bolster up the foundation that they've put in, I see the team being an 11, maybe 12-win team, depending on what they do. I don't know. But I just find it funny that I got completely ripped for 6 wins when about 2 weeks ago, about a couple days before the Tunsil trade, I said 6 wins, and a lot of people ripped me on not being optimistic enough. It's just funny. That's just what I wanted to talk about with comment of the day. I love this team. I always love this team. I don't think they're tanking. A lot of people think they're tanking. A lot of people call me dumb for saying that they're not tanking. I have my opinion. You guys have your opinion. I love your opinion. That's why comment below. But other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter. I tweet out a ton of things. I tweet out the injuries and all that stuff. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm 7 away from 1,000. Can't wait to break 1,000. All to you guys. A lot of you guys even made a channel to help me get to 1,000. Thank you very, very much, fellas. Be sure to check out the Bit Boys. I got games coming out. We're working on recording a bunch of new games. We're working on putting a bunch of new stuff out. So it kind of got a little slow where the outload of video games hasn't been that much, but they will come back. I promise you, we're just working on a lot. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up, guys. Literally, Thursday's tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. 3 days, and then we play the Baltimore Ravens. I will tell you guys what the final score is, and if we win or lose, you might say, well, Doug, in the prediction video, you said we would lose. Things can change. My opinion can change. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up because the season's here. Because we get football back. And regardless if you think we're going to suck, regardless of what you think, we still get to watch our team play and we get to still root for our team. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're watching on DolphinsTalk.com, how are you doing? Be sure to check them out. Great site, great content, all Dolphin news. Be sure to check it out. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Road to 10K is officially started. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. We got a ton of stuff planned every week, minimum 3-4 videos. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.